Hi guys, it's Shane again, and we're going to change our tune a little bit this week because, as you know, there are some exams and assessments coming up for you guys. So we're going to work on a specific language for you this week. This language we're going to associate with working, jobs, okay? And we're going to focus on phrasal verbs related to work, okay? So let's start with the first one. We're going to carry out our first task. Okay, so if you want to say that you do a job or finish something or complete a task, you carry it out. So we're going to carry out a few small tasks in this video. All right, so you might hear, if you're looking for a new job and you have an agreement with your potential employer, they might draw up a contract. Now, they're not drawing flowers on a piece of paper, no. They are writing down the details of a contract for you to sign. Or perhaps if you are an architect, you could be drawing up plans for a new library. Okay, so when you're doing those things, you might have to do a lot of work on them. So you might have to work on a lot of different things. So you guys, for example, will need to work on your English over the next couple of weeks as assessments and exams are coming up. And maybe you might have some problems and you might have to talk to your teacher. And between you and the teacher, you can work it out. Okay, you can work out your problem. Work the problem out, work it out. Okay? And I mean, it is an awful lot of work to take on. But also, if you go to a company, you might also have to take on staff. For example, if you're the boss of a restaurant and you need more people to wait the tables or to cook the food, you might have to take on some staff. What if you've got too many people working and not enough business? Well, then you might need to lay off some staff. So take on to add people to your workforce, and to lay off to essentially tell people, sorry, we can no longer employ you because we cannot afford to, or because you are not the ideal worker for us. But anyways, let's see. When you're working hard, you might want to knuckle down to avoid being laid off. So to knuckle down is to work hard, work thoroughly, and do things correctly and, well, thoroughly. Okay? A lot of you might be familiar with the next one, hand in. So if you hand in your work, that doesn't necessarily mean you physically hand in a piece of paper. It can, but you could also hand it in via email. A lot of my students now hand in their essays and their work via email. Okay, so this one is very important, and you guys might feel a little bit of it at the moment because of all of the work you're doing between your end of courses, your end of school. Maybe some of you are doing selectividad or your bachillerato or whatever. So there's a lot of work for you to do. And you might feel very tired and overwhelmed and kind of unmotivated by all of this work that you have. That feeling is burnout. So you might feel burned out if you have been working so hard. I know you could say that your parent or your mom or your dad or your uncle has been working super hard and they look a little bit burnt out from all of the extra work that they've had to do over these last few months. Maybe you might be a person who has to go to a lot of meetings, in which case, if a meeting doesn't go ahead, you might need to call the meeting off, which means to cancel the meeting. Maybe you don't feel very motivated in your job and you might decide to slack off. Now, slack off means to not really do anything related to work, to relax, or keep going for a tea or coffee or I don't know, your water, or just not really doing the work the way you should be doing it. Lazy, slacking off. All right, I feel like I'm starting to rabbit on, which means that I'm starting to talk a little bit too much, and maybe it's a lot of irrelevant information for you. So you can tell me to cool off, relax, chill out. And I recommend that you guys do the same thing. Before you knuckle down, first cool off and relax, and then you can maybe draw up a plan of how you're going to tackle these exams and assessments. And then you can finally knuckle down, and hopefully you won't feel like you're about to burn out. See you and take care.